Hamilton to Ferrari is finally happening. Yep, you heard that right. He's leaving Mercedes and joining Ferrari. The deal is set for the 7-time world champion to team up with Charles Leclerc at Maranello starting in 2025. And although both Ferrari and Mercedes are keeping hush-hush about the whole thing, don't you worry, because we have the full story. Mercedes F1 staff were the first to catch wind of the shocking news during a team meeting with Toto Wolff and James Allison a couple of days ago. But I'm sure the official announcement will be coming soon as well. Because, I mean, come on, the cat's out of the bag, guys. Now the real question is, has Lewis got it right again? Or is he in for some regret down the road? Let's get into it.
Goodness me, we've got some huge breaking news from the world of Formula One, and it looks like Lewis Hamilton is going to be leaving Mercedes and joining Ferrari.
Hamilton, who's 39 now, inked a fresh 2-year deal with Mercedes just last summer. But here's the catch. There's a clause in his contract allowing him to bail after just 1 year, and he's decided to take advantage of it. This rumor about Hamilton going to Ferrari in 2025 first popped up in Italian and Spanish media on Thursday. But guess what? We've double-checked with multiple sources, and it's 100% legit. There have been whispers about Hamilton jumping ship to Ferrari for years, but this time it seems like the real deal. Multiple sources are backing it up, so it looks like it's actually happening. The Hamilton deal came together pretty quickly. Ferrari was initially chatting with Carlos Sainz about extending his contract, which is up at the end of this season. But then, Ferrari president John Elkann got wind that Hamilton might be up for grabs, so he wasted no time locking him in. Turns out, Hamilton and Elkann are buddies and have hung out socially quite a bit in recent years. Just to recap, Hamilton snagged his 7th world title in 2020 and sealed the deal on his latest 2-year contract with Mercedes back in August, which means he would have been with them for a whopping 13 years. Now, if I remember correctly, Ferrari revealed back in 2019 about having talks with Hamilton when he was the reigning world champ. And now, here we are. The recent dominance of Red Bull in the sport traces back to the controversial 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. That's the one where Hamilton lost to Max Verstappen after some rule bending by the then FIA race director Michael Masi during a late race safety car period. Since that moment, Hamilton's been on a mission to right that wrong and snag his 8th title. As the last season wrapped up, Hamilton wasn't exactly singing praises for Mercedes' ability to bounce back from a couple of tough years and take on Red Bull. In fact, in an interview after the final race in Abu Dhabi, he said, "I do believe we have a North Star now, which I don't think we've had for 2 years. But still getting there is not a straight line. I think we understand the car so much better. They have developed great tools in the background. So naturally, I'm hopeful, but I'm not going to hold my breath." Ferrari hasn't had it easy either in the past few seasons. Both teams were duking it out for second place in the Constructors' Championship last year, and despite Ferrari having the faster car by the end of the season, Mercedes narrowly clinched the title. Anyhow, Hamilton's decision to jump ship to Ferrari is sending shockwaves through F1, much like when he left McLaren for Mercedes in 2013. Back then, people questioned his move, but it turned out to be a genius call. Hamilton and Mercedes went on to dominate F1 from the 2014 season, making him the most successful driver in F1 history. You've got to admit, the allure of Ferrari, the most iconic team in the sport, is pretty hard to resist for many drivers. Surprisingly, Hamilton, who has been vocal about wanting to stick with Mercedes for life, seems to have caught the Ferrari bug too. He and Mercedes have been thick as thieves, collaborating on various projects, especially focusing on diversity and racial equality. But it looks like the opportunity to cap off the final stretch of his career with Ferrari might be too tempting to pass up. And on top of that, it's a move that echoes Hamilton's childhood hero Ayrton Senna, who had plans to join Ferrari before a tragic crash during the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix while driving for Williams. But that doesn't mean Hamilton's decision isn't like a bomb in the F1 driver market. Mercedes is now on the hunt for someone to fill his shoes, and Sainz at Ferrari is suddenly on the lookout for a new gig. Except for Fernando Alonso, whose contract with Aston Martin ends this season, there aren't many top-notch drivers available to team up with George Russell at Mercedes. Max Verstappen is tied to Red Bull until 2027, Leclerc is committed to Ferrari, and Lando Norris just inked a new deal with McLaren. So while Hamilton's shift to Ferrari is making waves as one of the most significant and unexpected stories in F1 in years, Mercedes is in a bit of a pickle. Previously, Hamilton had been unwavering in his commitment to spend the entirety of his career, and even beyond, with Mercedes. He often drew parallels to the late Stirling Moss, who remained a Mercedes ambassador throughout his life. However, it seems that circumstances have shifted. The history, legend, and mystique that come with Ferrari have proven to be an irresistible pull for the 7-time world champion. But in the ever-evolving world of F1, Hamilton's shocking move does raise questions about the dynamics and changes within the sport. Only time will tell if this unexpected shift will prove to be another masterstroke in Hamilton's career or the beginning of his downfall. For now, he continues to shine as the biggest star in F1, holding the record for the most world titles, tied with Michael Schumacher, and the highest number of race wins. His departure from Mercedes comes as a significant blow to a team he committed to with a fresh 2-year contract just a few months ago. The decision not only reflects Hamilton's trust in Ferrari, but also serves as a vote of confidence in Ferrari's team principal, Frédéric Vasseur. Hamilton and Vasseur have maintained a close relationship since their time together in the junior categories. This move, however, signals a different sentiment towards Mercedes. Now, both Ferrari and Mercedes have faced challenges against Red Bull in the last 2 years under new regulations. Hamilton's decision hints at his belief in Ferrari's progress during the latter part of the previous season. To truly understand the reasons behind this move and its consequences, we've got to look at the context. The events of the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix deeply affected Hamilton, leaving him feeling he was unfairly denied an 8th world title, due to race director Massey's alleged failure to follow the rules correctly, particularly regarding the operation of a late race safety car. Ever since then, he's been on a mission to right that wrong, even if he hasn't said it that directly in public. His decision to leave Mercedes could be seen as a response to that perceived injustice. Reflecting on Hamilton's history, back in 2012, his judgment proved to be spot on when he defied doubters and moved from McLaren to Mercedes. This decision led to the most successful period ever witnessed in F1, with a remarkable partnership between the team and the driver. Now, with this switch to Ferrari, the big question is, did Hamilton nail it again, or is he in for some regret down the road? Time will spill the beans on that one. What's your take? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and hit that subscribe button to keep the content flowing. See you in the next one.